This presentation will walk you through Phase 2 of the Pathway to Certification. Phase 2 of the Pathway to Certification occurs around your junior year. During this phase, you will be completing all necessary requirements needed prior to student teaching. Phase 2 consists of completing your second clinical experience, your foreign language requirements if not already completed, the second of your certification exams, the OSAT, and submitting your graduation application. Educational psychology is the course which houses the second of your clinical experiences. During this clinical, your responsibilities in the classroom expand, and you will be expected to plan, deliver, and assess a lesson plan in your content area. This clinical experience requires a total of 45 clock hours, and as in Foundations, these hours are to be completed on your own time. As in Foundations, in order to receive a placement, you will need to complete an application. Representatives from Teacher Education Services will visit your EdPsych classes to walk you through the application process. If you miss class on the day that TES visits, please visit the TES office in room 207 of the Education Building to apply for your clinical. In Clinical 2, you will have the opportunity to designate certain geographical areas within the metro where you would like to complete your experience. While you cannot designate a specific school site, this allows you to identify the district in which you would like to be placed. Keep in mind that while you may identify a certain district for your second clinical experience and student teaching, you are still obligated to meet your diversity requirements within your placements. If you are interested to know the schools with whom we have a partnership agreement and their population breakdowns, a list of partnership schools can be found on our website. If there's a school that you would like to see added, please email the coordinator of school partnerships. Again, your placement is determined by your major. Your Clinical 2 and student teaching placement will likely be with the same mentor. This placement will be released to you via a spreadsheet that your EdPsych teacher uploads to D2L. Please take care in finding the row with your name and placement on the spreadsheet. As in Foundations, a letter will be sent to your mentor teacher via email outlining the expectations for this clinical experience. Please be sure to discuss expectations for this clinical experience with your mentor. There is also a log sheet for your Clinical 2 hours. Be sure to have your mentor initial each day you are at your site, as well as verify and sign at the completion of your 45 hours. This log sheet will need to be verified by your EdPsych professor and submitted to D2L. The second of your certification exams, the OSAT, will need to be passed prior to your student teaching semester. The OSAT, or Subject Area Test, is specific to your major area of study. If you fail to pass your OSAT prior to student teaching, you will need to sign an OSAT contract which simply states that you will receive an I for student teaching until you receive a passing score. Please note that if you are an elementary education major, you need to take and pass both elementary ed OSAT subtests. If you are an elementary, early childhood, or special ed major, you are required to also take the Oklahoma Reading Test, or ORT. You will take this test after the completion of your Reading Diagnosis and Intervention course here at the university. It's free and will be administered on campus. Modern language majors are required to pass the OPI as part of your degree program. You will need to see your program coordinator in order to set that up. Prior to being eligible for your student teaching internship, your foreign language requirement must be completed. This requirement can be met 3 different ways, as listed on the slide. Please be sure to confirm on your degree works that your Novice Level 4 proficiency is marked, as this is the indicator in the system that this requirement has been met. If not, you will need to see your academic advisor. Applications for graduation are submitted the semester prior to the one in which you plan to graduate. Be sure to adhere to the deadlines for applications. Please be sure to contact the Teacher Education Services Office for any questions.